Hi there, this is Jason Eagle, your natural health authority for strategic healing with another Feature Friday. Today we're going to talk about kidneys. We're talking about kidney congestion and even kidney stones. If you have them, what do you do about it? How do you know you might have them? Well, one of the things about kidney congestion or kidney stones is you get a lot of back pain. You get back pain right here. Another way to tell if you have clogged up kidneys, if your kidneys are not working so well, is pee in a jar. You pee in a jar, and if it's not, and you let it sit there, if it's not cloudy, your kidneys are not filtering very well. If it's all clear, your kidneys are not filtering very well. Okay, so let's talk about some of the things that we do, some of the things that we don't do, and what can we do about it. So, first thing is, what should you not do? If your kidneys are jammed up, you should not be eating too much meat. You should be backing down on eating a lot of meat, a lot of foods that form purines. You should not be taking any calcium supplements, any kind of calcium, whether it's a core calcium or any type of calcium lactate, a calcium pill. Stop taking that because that will jam up your kidneys even more so. If we're trying to balance your pH through the coral calcium, stop that and do it only through the minerals. Do that through the greens mix or green smoothies, getting your minerals through greens. Then another thing is that you should be drinking lots of water. And the water that, if you have jammed up kidneys, the water that you should be drinking is distilled water. Distilled water is going to be, hold on one second. Okay, distilled water typically is going to rob your body of minerals, and so most people who are healthy should be drinking spring water or well water that has lots of minerals, okay? Drinking distilled water will pull minerals out of your body. Well, if you have deposits, if you have mineral deposits, that's exactly what you want to do, is you want to get the distilled water, which is very hungry for minerals. It will get into your body and it will start grabbing minerals and start eliminating them. Okay? We should start eating asparagus. Asparagus is a wonderful, people have eat asparagus and then your pee smells. It's because it's grabbing onto sulfur compounds, but it's grabbing onto toxins that are in your kidneys. And you'll notice that if you eat asparagus 5 days in a row, you get to day 5 and your pee doesn't smell anymore. Well, what happened? Well, it's grabbing on stuff and it's pulling out. Another thing that you should be taking is the Renoven. This is a kidney complex, which has cranberry in it, but it also has a whole bunch of other herbs that are going to start pulling and grabbing onto minerals, especially that oxalic acid and those crystals, and starting to pull them out of your kidneys and dilate your kidneys so that they can start to purge. Magnesium. Person who's low in magnesium, your muscles are very tight. And a lot of times the muscles that are back here are tight because they're actually trying to squeeze your kidneys. Your kidneys are inside your body and they're surrounded by all these muscles. And a lot of times this muscle cramping is actually your body's assistance to try and squeeze these kidneys, right? But see, it gets stuck into a contraction. It gets stuck like that. And so for something to squeeze, it has to release. So magnesium is what helps the muscles to release. Another thing that's very helpful is to take Epsom salt baths. You got bad kidneys, you should be taking Epsom salt baths. And an Epsom salt bath is 4 pounds of Epsom salt, and you want to stay in the bath for at least a half an hour, if not an hour. Read a book, set up a video, watch a video, listen to music, stay in there, and that will help to kind of release stuff and get your body and muscles to relax, but it'll also help the kidneys to release and start to release this stuff. Exercise. Oh, and then we're also going to talk about the russet potato juice, drinking russet potato juice. At the end of this, I'm going to show a movie of where I did the russet potato juice, of how to do potato juicing. Potato juicing is super effective in that it grabs on high potassium and some of the other chemicals that are in the potato juice, especially that's in the skin of the potatoes, will grab. It's like that lime scale remover and will actually reduce the lime scale. Will pull the stuff out of your kidneys. Exercise, okay? Exercises to do You can do it even when you're sitting in a chair, sitting and taking your pelvis back and forth like this, and exercising and then twisting. Don't overdo it, okay? But just enough to kind of get it moving. Another thing that you can do while you're in the bath or outside of the bath is take a towel. Okay, take a towel around your back, right around where your kidneys are, and you are actually wringing and start twisting your body and wringing and kind of massaging your back with this towel, and it will help to actually get the kidneys to release the fluid and stuff. Walking, getting out and walking at least 20 minutes a day, getting on the treadmill, getting the legs moving will start to pump the kidneys and start to pump this, okay? These are some great tricks to actually start to relieve this congestion in the kidneys and start pulling it out, okay? So now we're going to go to this video where I show the actual potato juice recipe. You're going to make about 8 ounces twice a day and drink it down, okay? So take a look at this movie. Till next time. So here we go. We're going to make the russet potato juice for dissolving kidney stones. So you first start off with getting some russet potatoes. These preferably organic, but you want them good and hard, nice and hard. Wash them and dry them, and then just leave the skin on. You don't want to take the skin on. You want the skin intact. And so to go through the juicer, we're just going to cut them. Cut this one in half, just so it goes through. And you're going to use about 2 medium-sized potatoes. So, and then we'll cut this other one in half. Okay. And then we'll turn the juicer on. It's going to be a little loud, but not too loud. And you just push them through. Start going through the juicer. What you're going to notice is that it's going to go through and it's going to start to make like a foam at the top. So after you get them juiced, probably want one more to go through. And we'll go through just a little bit more. Okay, don't want to overflow it. Okay, then we'll just turn it off. Okay, so that's about enough. Right there. And then what you need to do is you need to let it sit. Let it sit you'll scoop off this foam. So what we'll do is we'll scoop off the foam and then we'll let this sit. And then what you'll see is all of the starch will go to the bottom, and you let it sit for about 5 minutes. So I'll come back in about 5 minutes, and okay, so what we're going to do now is before the 5 minutes are over, see how what we're doing this is we're just scooping this foam off the top. Foam will come off the top, and now we have a liquid without any foam on it. Okay, and then that's the liquid. So get all that type of, so you get just clear all of the skim, all of the scum off of the top. Okay, and now you get this kind of dark yellow, almost brown liquid, and you just let that sit. Okay, so we're going to let it sit for that 5 minutes, and I'll come back. Okay, so 5 minutes is gone, and this is the foam that we scooped off the top. This is the juice. Now you can drink the juice just like this, but don't drink the starch, or you can pour it into another glass and just leave the starch at the bottom. And so you're going to notice, look at this. See at the bottom, see all of that starch, all of that thick starch? So what you're going to do is you're going to get, this is all of the liquid that doesn't have the starch. And you're going to drink it's about 8 ounces. So about 8 ounces twice a day. It's not horrible. It's not bad. Some people go, ugh, bad. Some people say you can cut it with some apple or something like that. I don't suggest that. I suggest just drinking it just by itself. It's not bad at all. What you want to do is you want to drink this liquid without the starch, the foam off the top, just the middle liquid, and drink an 8-ounce glass twice a day or once a day if that's all you can do, but twice a day better. And in a matter of time, this will dissolve the stones and will pull them out of your kidneys, just like that lime scale remover that you put on the toilet bowl cleaner. So you find that like the rust spots that you get in the toilet bowl, you go to scrub them and nothing happens, but you put that work stuff or and it just dissolves it. This is what this is doing. It's just dissolving those stones, those calcium and uric acid deposits and oxalic acid and all these other crystals that are inside your kidneys. This is one of the greatest formulas that will actually dissolve them to your health.